Hello, hello. Let me make sure everybody can hear me. Hello, Dee. Hello, Samantha. Can everyone please tell me what the balance is like between voice and waves? Do I need to turn the waves down at all? Oh, whoopsie. Pop that out. Cheers. I just had an almond bubble tea that wasn't caffeinated tea, and now I'm having coffee. Hello, hello. Sam, did you get all your stuff done? Okay, good. Good, good. Welcome, whoever's here, whether you're connecting or lurking, welcome. You know, of course, I prefer that you connect and say hi. I know some of you are watching on your phones or you're watching it on the television and you can't respond. But hi, Stephanie. Welcome, dear. How's everybody doing today? How are you doing? Oof. Oof is what I have to say. What a week. Oof. Well, the big stuff's done. Yay. Take your time. Take your time. We had our microwave tank the other day, which was on top of the refrigerator. So Cliff took that all down, cleaned everything. Now he's discovering that the clock is the only thing that doesn't work. So we got to decide if we're putting it back up on top. We can't afford another one, so we might as well. Yeah, I'll tell you. Whoops, wait a second. There we go. If you were hearing a somewhat delayed echo of me talking, it's because I hadn't muted my browser yet. Okay, so new little feature that I'm popping in up here. You probably can't see it all that well. Let me see. I'm going to expand my browser and see. Yeah, you can't see crap, can you? That doesn't look too good. Well, I will make it large and talk about it, and then we'll make it go away. So here is a real-time clock. My SolarFire software allows me to, here, wait, I don't have to make myself go away. Wrong, wait, too many windows. No, darling, no. No, that and this face cam. There we go. Wrong. Oh my God, wait. There we go. There. Now we will bring SolarFire back and me on top, which means I have to go like that. Move up. There. Okay. Oh my God. It gets so complicated. So anyhow, this is what's called a real-time clock. And if we watch it long enough, you will see the dial around the outside here. Why can't I see that? All right, never mind. But you'll see the dial around the outside turning counterclockwise. So if you kind of look at to the left, the little wedge to the left that's got the Capricorn symbol in it, just kind of watch that and you'll see that top line coming into horizontal just within a few minutes, because a degree of the ascendant changes every 4 minutes. Fastest moving thing is how we spin through that wheel of the zodiac. So this is what's going on right now. Let's point some things out. Let's look at the energies we're working under tonight. We do not have, it looks like Venus and Mars are conjunct at the top right there. They are not. As far as transits are considered, they are now not conjunct anymore. They're actually 4 degrees apart. 2 degrees is the orb for transits. Unless you're dealing with the lights, then you can give it a little bit of an extension. But Venus is now pulling away from Mars, which says it's a separating aspect, so we don't even need to look at that. The important part, Venus is at 29 degrees of Leo, which is a critical degree before it goes into the sign of Virgo. So Venus in Leo is big, romantic, demonstrative affection. You know, everything goes bigger in Leo, and Venus being how we express affections, it becomes very romantic and dramatic and demonstrative. But let's see what we actually have going on. We do have Venus opposing Jupiter right now. Venus is the lesser benefic, Jupiter is the greater benefic. What does benefic mean? It means they bring good things. Venus brings affection and pleasure, or it represents affection and pleasure. And Jupiter represents expansion, good humor, generosity, all of those things, spirituality, adventurousness. When you have the two of them opposing each other, it's real easy to go overboard with sensual pleasures to your detriment. Yeah, it's hard to know where to stop with things. Once Venus ticks over into Virgo, you notice that Jupiter is at 0 Pisces. So it's an out of sign opposition. Usually signs that share a mode do the squares and oppositions, but Pisces is mutable, Leo is fixed. They will be kind of in sync in opposition once Venus ticks over into Virgo, which may actually happen before we're done tonight. Maybe. We'll see. What else do we have going on? We actually have a sun-moon in conjunction happening right now. Hi, Marcy. Let's see who else is here. Uh-oh. What was that about? Well, I hope my thing isn't going to start doing wacky shit tonight. Please, no, 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 no. Okay, so we have sun, moon in conjunct. All right, now I can see everybody's chats. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Becca. Hi, Marcy. Yay, the gang's all here. Okay, so the sun moon in conjunct just says that we have a disconnect between the expression of will, and we also have the sun at a critical degree, ready to kick over into Leo. It is at the last degree of Cancer now. So we get kind of like this cleanup, or just, an intensification of the Cancer energy before it goes into the next sign. So sun in Cancer really, really wants to express their care for you. It's nurturing energy. It is mothering energy, feeding, and, what the hell? Okay, sorry, my lights were doing funny things. And the expression of this is sort of needs to be adjusted with the Capricorn moon. Moon is in Capricorn right now. So the moon in Capricorn withholds. It pulls back on feelings. Moon in Capricorn makes it difficult to express our emotions. There's an emotional agenda, okay? And with Cancer sun, it's like, I just want to be mother to the world, but the moon's got this emotional agenda. You notice when you have inconjuncts, they don't share either a mode or a quality, so there's a disconnect, all right? And the moon rules that sun, so it's actually going to make it more difficult to express that mothering, nurturing energy. We have, what else do we have here? We've got the Pluto-Mars in conjunct. If you watched my video on Friday's full moon, this coming Friday, you'll see what I have to say about that. There's a disconnect between my will be done and this authoritarian Pluto in Capricorn, and Mars in Leo, which just wants to be assertive and aggressive and a leader, and let's go, 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 team, go, So it's about personal desires and how far those desires go, is how I see that in conjunct. I'm not going to do that one. We don't have the Mercury-Neptune trine yet. That will be coming in for the full moon. So I think that's all I have to say about that. I don't think I can do the pages. Ooh, I can. Wait. Hold up. If I can take that chart, where are you? Just want to try one thing. Page. I want to see if it will show me on the real clock there we go. Okay, so there's the beginner's page. So you should be able to watch this graph changing in real time as we see planets kick over. Well, probably not, because they probably won't be doing it while we're actually sitting here. At any rate, we're low on air, we're high on water. Let's not think about things. It's all about feelings tonight. Cardinal is strong. Mutable is not. So it's all about go, go, go. Let's get this thing started. So let's do that, shall we? Let me pull this up into the corner. We'll find out if that's worth leaving there or not. But, trying some new stuff. Okay, let me knock that out of the way and that out of the way so I can see you again. There we go. Likes up. Thank you, Marcy. Okay, and D, an extra cyber snickerdoodle. Yeah, no kidding. We have been sugar binging something awful, and we're back off it again. It's one of these things where it's like, I can't afford to be on keto, and I can't afford not to be on keto. So we're going to be going cheap and dirty keto from here on out, because, yeah, the price is not worth paying. All right. Now, fun things. Here's previews of coming attractions. I've had a little influx of decks. My daughter got me this one like a month ago or something, and I haven't reviewed it yet. So this is called the Wizard's Tarot. Then I've got Star Spinner Tarot. Then this came from someone in the UK, Sacred Traveler, from Mand in the UK. So that's exciting. And then another set of karma cards. Now, you know, I have this set of karma cards. I have the first edition of these. This is a new edition. They're totally reprinted, different colors, different publisher probably, Sterling Ethos. At any rate, I'm very happy to have another set. And that also means that each of my kids will get one when I croak. So, or lose my marbles one way or the other. So, let me catch up here. Yes, drinking coffee, half calf, because, okay, truth-telling time again. I am feeling much better now after I had a couple hours alone to do some serious self-care, but before that I was not doing well at all. Depression has been absolutely fucking horrible. Just bad, bad, bad. And this deck actually helped me pull out today. Not that I'm out, but yes, this is the face of depression, people, just so you know. And I do appreciate, I've had people comment on that video of, you know, don't watch the news and everything. And I'm sure those of you who have been with me for the last couple of years, you know that I have a disorder. And you know that I do everything I can do. Oh, okay. And so I appreciate your suggestions. And please know that when someone has a disorder, it means my brain doesn't work like other people's brains work. And it's when you've got a depressive disorder, it's not just a matter of not watching news or going out and sitting in the garden to make it shift. Because when it's sunk in, nothing makes it shift. And, you know, you think of it in terms of volume, like, you know, volume level auditory. There are times when depression is kind of there in the background and it's like, okay, that's what's going on, and you sort of move around it. And then there are times when it gets very, very loud. And when it gets very, very loud, it doesn't matter how many good suggestions are coming at you, you can't hear them, you know. It doesn't matter the opportunities you have for enjoying the wonders of life. When the depression is so loud, there's nothing else that can get past it. So as I sit here, feeling a lot better now, I am still depressed, right? And I do my best. So anyhow, let's look at what we have tonight. First of all, let's do some stuff here. Let's do a little bit of a smoke cleanse. For me, for you, for everybody. Oh, hi, Jennifer. Welcome. Smack that like button if you haven't done it already. And then some salt water. And come down into your body. I invite you, come down out of your head into your body. Feel your skin. And let it all go away. Anything you don't need is what I'm talking about here. And if you care to, you can sink a root down into the earth to ground you. First thing you can do is imagine like a bathtub drain, and anything, all the dirty water can go down the drain. So let's let that go. And then let the earth energy come up through your root into your body. I don't have to tell you where to make it go. It just goes there, right? Down your legs, start to fill you up. And just so gently exhale, and on the next inhale, bring up a bunch of earth energy into your body. Let it flow to wherever it needs to be. Let it fill you up, and exhale it out your crown. And it gently comes down around on all sides, makes a nice egg, wrapping around your cord. And then let's ask our allies and ancestors, guides and guardians, to be here with us. We thank you. And pulling in cosmic energy that comes in with the guides. Thank you for your wisdom, your presence. Thank you for giving me the opportunity in this lifetime to know that you're there. And I ask that you help me, you be my channel, and bring in some good messages that can be helpful and give everybody what they need tonight. Just a reminder that these are general readings, so they might not resonate exactly for you. That's why you look at your sun, rising, and moon signs. If you're lucky enough to know all of your planetary positions or which sign rules each house, you can look at that sign and think about that, whatever I read as describing that house. I'm going to... Sorry, I was reading a message and I lost my train. And yes, Samantha, it's true. Others share different techniques, and what I'm talking about is I know it's well meant. I know it's well meant. I have a lifetime of dealing with this, and I just want to kind of suggest to people that your well-meaning suggestions can sometimes carry a vibe of, if only I do this, I'll be better. And that is not true. So on behalf of everyone that deals with, chronic neurodivergent disorders, it's not a matter of us trying one technique or another. When you have hardwiring and chemistry that is, techniques help, they don't fix. And when I talk about these things, that's not what I'm doing it for. I'm not saying, help. I need help, you guys. I need to, I don't know what to do. What I am doing here is just telling you the truth, because I know there are other people that suffer with these things, and who may not have the toolkit that I have. So it's just a matter of, here's where I'm at, and I'm in full acceptance of where I'm at, even as I am doing my very best to help it. And also know that there are some days when it is absolutely not possible for me to do any techniques. Any. And I have to come to grips with that, or I'm constantly going to be at myself, right? So anyhow, that's why I do these things. Okay, so tonight we're going to have an easy on Luna night. Because my head has been kind of clogged, I'm going with 2 oracle decks, so I don't have to try to, yank messages out of the tarot, which can be what it feels like sometimes. And also because I'm doing general readings, so I'm not, I can't connect with everybody and their actual issues, so it can be hard to make something specific and broad, you know? Okay, so what we have here is the deck that we used in our prayer circle last Saturday, and that is the Sacred Rebels. It has very wonderful messages. And then this little deck, which was a gift from Anne Klein, and it's called the Witchlings Book of Spells, or the Witchlings, just Witchlings. That's what it's called, deck and book set. And with these cards are wonderful, sweet messages and spells to do. So I thought, since we're coming up on a full moon, what fun to get a message from the Sacred Rebels and then get something in the form of a spell from the Witchlings. What do you think? Okay. I do love coffee. All right, let's start with our dice. General reading with the dice. Okay. I'm just catching up, Beck. I love my diets cheap and dirty. Right on. Okay. Mars in Leo, which is exactly where it's sitting right now, in the first house. It's sitting there for somebody on this planet right now, I guarantee you. Okay. So same thing I was talking about, Mars in Leo. Mars is motivation, it's passion, it's assertiveness, it's the thing that makes you get up and do it. Get up and do it. Okay? So Mars in Leo does that in a showy, flashy way, in a way that leads people forward. And in the first house, in Aries house, it really is a trailblazer. So let's talk about being a trailblazer of personal expression, because Leo is ruled by the sun and personal expression. Where, I can't think, where is Mars exalted? I can't remember off the top of my head. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, there we go. Isabel, where are you? Okay. Oh my God. So funny how you can have things stuffed in your head and then it's time to get them out and they do a bunk. All right. Looking for the planetary powers here. Here we go. Mars is exalted in Capricorn. That's what I thought, but then I was like, no, it can't be. So at any rate, never mind about that. So Mars in Leo in the first house talks about me, this being my vehicle of personal expression, and doing that in a vigorous way, doing it in a physical way, an assertive way, an aggressive way, a passionate way. All right. And Leo says, in a way that really shines my light, that it's not time to hide your light under a bushel. All right. First house is visible to everyone. So this week is about putting out what you have to express in no uncertain terms, in a passionate, direct way and physical way. So it's a good week for doing physical exercise. I hope so. My back has been, my shots have worn off. I'm in a back brace right now because if I don't wear the back brace, it's out. So, yippee! Okay. Right on. Okay. So let's go now. This is our last time with starting with Cancers, because Sun goes into Leo tomorrow. Okay, sorry. I leaned how I shouldn't have. That hurt. All right. Wait a minute. Oh, for crying out loud. All right. Yes, Sun goes into Leo at 10:26 a.m. in the Eastern Time Zone tomorrow. So, last time for first ups for Cancers. So, Cancers, what? Oh, you know what? That's what? I offer you my wonderful guides and these wonderful decks. I offer you fresh water and the fire of Azrael. Please accept this offering. Please accept these heavenly smells and bring us wonderful, wonderful messages. And little witchlings, bring us spells and magic. Now, off we go. We have a magical 13 watching now. Hooray. All right, this is the one that wants to come out for Cancer. Diving for light. I think this was like our last one during prayer circle. So Cancer, this is talking about you gotta get in to get out. I covered, I think, 3 keys in that little thing there. So you got to get in to get out. Diving for light. It's saying your light is inside. Okay? You shine it externally, but you find it internally. So this week, Cancer, time to... I am looking for... There it is. All right. So diving for light talks about going deep, being willing to go deep. And in the process of going deep, you're going to be encountering some things that need to be cleared. So this week, Cancer, and when you're working for the full moon, straight down, go deep. Look at what's there that needs to be cleared, that's ready to be cleared. Sometimes things you might see and it's like they're kind of off, but there are some things that are coming close that need for you to transform them from shadow into light. Transform them from wound into healing, right? So we talked about, like when we were talking about these techniques and things, we learn so much from our own woundedness. Because we have to. You know, we can look up things for other people, but, you know, what we have to share and what people share with me, which I so appreciate, is these are the things that work for me. This is what helps me. So yes, when other people are looking and reading those messages, they might not have those tools and say, yes, that's a very good idea. That's exactly what I need to do. I think I'll try that. So Cancer, it's talking about courage. Okay. This oracle comes with a special message. There's a darkness within or around you that could become problematic if left unchecked. If for no particular reason you find yourself feeling angry, irritated, hopeless, or tired more easily than usual, unable to rest, full moon a-comin', or it is just too much effort to exercise or take care of yourself, then this darkness is having an unnecessary effect on you. Time to end that now from a place of compassion. The healing process below will empower you for that task. All right, so she gives a whole healing process here. Let's see. All right, let's read this. Say this aloud, whether it makes sense to you or not. I call upon the presence of unconditional love. Be here now without restraint. Fill me and fill this space. Touch all beings with your grace. I feel the presence of unconditional love within me. I acknowledge the presence of unconditional love all around me. I am the presence of unconditional love, and in this love, no fear can remain. Where there's fear, there can be no love. Where there's love, there can be no fear. May unconditional love guide any fear back to the light of love, or back into the earth as serves the greatest good. My body, mind, heart, and soul are now completely bathed in and protected by unconditional love. Through my own free will, this is so. Okay. Now let's look at the spell that the Witchlings have for you for Cancer. All right. Euphoria. And these cards, like this is her name. Her name is Euphoria. And there's a lot of ease. Enthusiasm. Euphoria by Rose. Actually, her name is Rose. Euphoria is the sugar rush of life. That's wonderful. An opinion Rose won't hesitate to give. It reminds us we are real and alive and that life is an experience to live. So, all right. Ever wonder why you feel so elated after a good laugh or a long bike ride? That feeling comes from a release of endorphins, which are neurotransmitters produced in the brain that reduce pain and make you feel empowered. They bring natural feelings of euphoria, which is a profound sense of joy and elation. Euphoria is a cosmic connection to the beauty around and within you, increasing sensitivity to your place in the mysteries of the universe. Breathing in a moment of euphoria is the blissful realization that you have the opportunity to make each day better than the last. So keep exercising, eating well, and thinking positively, because all these things that are good for you make you feel euphoric, and that's always a good thing. And my depression is talking as I'm reading this. Part of my issue this week is I haven't been able to be mobile. I actually have been using a walker this week. So when you can't work things out physically, it gets tough. All right, perform one or all of the following spells and you will be attuned to the natural energies that bring euphoria. So there's a bliss bath. Let's talk about the bliss bath. All right. I actually did, it was a different card. It was the relaxation card. And this was the key. I got a couple hours alone today. Psychic free space. So I got in the tub, my good oils. I had wonderful music. I took a time out, or I might not have been here tonight. Okay, so the first thing, the bliss bath. You'll need 2 tablespoons of Epsom salts. Oh, way more than that. Like major handfuls. Yeah. 2 tablespoons of sea salt, a tablespoon of dried lavender, a tablespoon of dried chamomile, a small bowl for mixing, a blue candle in a safe candle holder. Mix the ingredients in a bowl and let them stand for 1 hour. If you wish, you can add a few drops of lavender, chamomile, or other essential oil you're drawn to. Add the bliss bath mix to your running bath water. Light the candle and place it on the side of the tub so that you can focus on the flame while bathing. Allow your mind, body, and spirit to relax completely. Enjoy euphorically. When you've finished, extinguish the candle. Now, I would say do way more Epsom salts and sea salt. Way more, like a pound of Epsom salts. And a little bit of sea salt. Add those essential oils. When you're in the bath, focus on that candle. If you have a votive or a spell candle, the skinny little tapers that only take an hour to burn, you could watch it burn mostly down. So I would say don't extinguish it, let it burn down. Even if it's still burning when you get out of the tub, set the candle in the tub, let it burn down. And put a spell in it. Put a spell in it. Imagine euphoria. Take some time thinking about what does it feel like? What does euphoria feel like? What do I remember it feeling like? And put that into the candle for yourself. So, and there's a euphoria spray too. Distilled water, orange essential oil, and vanilla essential oil. I wonder if that would work if you have extracts. Ooh, and then there's chocolate ecstasy. Oh, dare. Summoning endorphins. Go for a quick jog around the neighborhood. Okay, that's leaves me out. So yeah. Yeah, I kind of like this. Yeah, half a bag. I agree, Becca. 2 cups, 2 tablespoons? No frickin' way. Oh, geranium is amazing. If you're not allergic to it. It scoffs with Becca. I use patchouli, lotus, violet, sandalwood. Those were my 4 today. Those are my favorites. Okay, so here we go. We're going on to Leo now. Leos, rose and patchouli. All right, which one of you wants to come? Okay, you saw me shuffling them, right? So ditto, Leo. Time to dive deep. Indeed, and I have been. I mean, there's big, big, big stuff moving in my internal life this summer. Big, big, big. Mira, you mean myrrh? Do you mean myrrh, Marcy? Okay. Leo gets enthusiasm. So this is going to be a short message for you, Leo, because we already gave you the message from Cancer. I will repeat it, though, for people that just do the timestamps. Diving for Light says it is time to go internally to see what's in there that really needs to be processed and moved. And for me, there are things that I'm very well aware of, but they're not ripe yet. It's like I haven't been able to process the emotional energy because it's just not quite accessible yet. I know it's there. I know it's coming. There are certain things that are going to be happening that it's like, okay, I know that's going to kick it off. So, Leo, spend time really going into your energy field, really looking at what is stuck for you, and, you know, being willing to go subterranean in order to access the wisdom. Hold on. You should see the shit I've got stacked up next to me, you guys. I'm such a mess. Okay. So, that reading about unconditional love, let's read a little bit more of this entry here. All right. When diving for light. All right, wait, I'm going to back up a little bit here. How brave you are diving for light. It can be so much simpler to seek light in the heavenly, in that which is blissful, sweet, loving, and kind. To look for the light in that which is dark is an advanced task that only a rebellious and brave heart will attempt. You may not feel that you've taken such a journey by choice, yet you have taken this wise challenge on from deep within your soul. Your innermost being has evoked this situation in your life with the intention that you grow in power, wisdom, and creative juice. It also wants you to experience a bold and fearless trust in life and become further empowered to live it with zest and courage. This Mars and Leo in the first house, that I couldn't have come up with a more perfect description for it. The Oracle of Diving for Light speaks of a time when you're called into darkness through life circumstances, situations, relationship challenges, or inner struggles that defy clear understanding. It's actually lifelong arcs for me. Lifelong karmic arcs are coming to fruition this summer. Okay. The darkness might be a creative block, a sense of being in a void, or feelings of depression, rage, sadness, fear, or anxiety. Yes. There may or may not be an obvious cause. The darkness might be generally accepted and socially acknowledged because there's a socially acceptable or obvious reason for it, such as a death, divorce, or retrenchment. What's a retrenchment? However, there may be no obvious justification for your experience of darkness. You might not need a reason to be able to accept it. Likewise, you may struggle to find an unconditional acceptance of your experience. Just know that you're actually on track and right where you need to be. So again, being able to hold still, and you know, the techniques that I teach, like Tonglen, teaches us how to be able to hold still with these feelings. So, you know, there's that delicate balance of, there's that balance of, I have things to work out here. Okay, now I lost my train. Oh God, you guys. You know, all 3 of my children have now been diagnosed with ADHD. Okay, so, let me look at what I was just reading. Sorry, I'm going to slow down a little bit here. I hope you don't mind. you're actually on the right track and right where you need. I was talking about holding still. So it's the balance of holding still long enough to step into acceptance of this is my reality right now. And then once you step into that acceptance, you have access, right? So being able to sit still with something doesn't mean locking down and not working on it. Being able to sit with yourself when you're feeling awful means that you just are a good friend to yourself. You can be present and not try to change. So let's talk about being a good friend when somebody's in crisis. And I'm learning like to ask my children when they come and to bitch about something, and I'll say, you know, do you need an ear or do you need advice? Do you just need somebody to listen, or do you need advice? Because sometimes we don't want advice. Sometimes we need a friend to sit with us and witness our pain and our process. When someone's grieving, you don't sit with them and try to cheer them up. You sit with them and witness their grief and maybe even grieve with them. This is validating. This helps them be where they are, which gives them full access to the energies at work so they can transform and shift, right? So that thing of being able to sit still with what's going on, it's not a giving in, it's an acceptance of current reality so that I can say, is this the reality I want, and start working to shift it. All right, let's go to the enthusiasm card. Okay, enthusiasm is by Tulip. Tulip says enthusiasm is the driving force that keeps Tulip on top of her game. Without her joie de vivre, everything would seem so mundane. So Leo, for you, it is about that famous Leonine enthusiasm and zest for life. The spells that she brings here, there's magic and enthusiasm, and life is always brighter when you awaken each day to this pure feeling of divinity. And isn't that the truth? And what a contrast it is when you can't find it. So it's a feeling that makes you glow as it's the fuel that carries you to your goals. Enthusiasm is energy vibrating at the highest levels, fueling you with passion and inspiration. So we definitely have a thread here tonight. The wondrous energy of enthusiasm that enthusiasm brings is your spirit's sole purpose. It's the everlasting flame of life within. And it's not there all the time, folks. The wheel turns. All right. An enthusiastic spirit is the outcome of a positive outlook on life, and you can carry it with you every day when you realize that happiness can be found in all occurrences of life. Enthusiasm brings joy into a task, as it is the blazing fire that brings victorious results. It is the key to success. So here are the spells. There's a zest and zeal spell. There's a verve of life. There's a bliss braid. Ooh, I'm going to go with verve of life here. You'll need a piece of paper and a pen. On the piece of paper, write down, enthusiasm, I call to you. Fervor, you are beckoned to. Here's my spirit for your seeds to sow, and let the verve within me grow. Chant it out 3 times, thinking about something that brings you a sense of joy, be it music, movies, a vacation, or anything else that delights your senses. Fold the paper and keep it somewhere safe. Whenever you feel you need a boost of enthusiasm, read the chant, thinking each time about anything that delights your senses. Once you train your thoughts to shift toward things that make you joyful and inspired, you'll no longer need the note. This is when it comes time to burn the note and scatter the ashes in a stream or lake, which sends out into the universe your goal of being re-energized with enthusiasm. All right. I will certainly try it, because being in a big depression can make it so pleasure is inaccessible. So we try. All right. Next up, Virgo. Retrenchment. Yeah, I'm wondering about that. You know what? Let me I'm going to look and see if this is something she made up. The reduction of costs or spending in response to economic difficulty. That, the period of retrenchment will see companies shed staff. All right, I'm not going to spend any more time there. That's an odd word. All right. And you know what here? I'm gonna, oh, come on now. Make myself a little bit bigger. And I think I'm going to take the solar fire out. There we go. All right, Virgo. A reduction. Okay. All right. Yeah, so they were talking about a reduction in money. Okay, Virgo. We want this one. Oh my God, you guys. I'm going to close my eyes next time. And, I mean, you saw that, right? Shuffled, went, this is the one I want. And there it came again. All right. So, ditto Virgo. I mean, if this doesn't tell me that we're dealing with things collectively, nothing does. That, you know, we are all in this place. And I've heard from a bunch of other people, too, because... let's face it, we're going back into lockdown, people. Let's face it, you know, it's coming. And as far as we're concerned, we've never really come out, you know? So, diving for light in these circumstances, this is the one that wants to come for Virgos. Let's read some more of this. We'll end up reading this whole thing. Okay. When diving for light, one must be willing to bear the darkness and understand it has a purpose, much like winter does upon the earth. It is not in error or through lack of consciousness that you are here now. It's not your fault. It is testament to your spiritual growth and creative process, not a sign that they are lacking or stalling. True, because when you are working things, you know, on spiritual things, when you're really connected, and moving forward, it's not happy, it's not comfortable all the time. You definitely get giant payoffs and time, you know, moments of bliss and ecstasy. But when you are pulling up old, entrenched, toxic beliefs by the roots, it's not comfortable. The healing process below will help you with your inward plunging and to successfully navigate it. This oracle brings particular guidance that although you are powerful, you're also vulnerable at this time. You need to be alert to sabotage and criticism that may make your progress more difficult than it already is. That would be rather unnecessary. At least some of the people around you might be more attached to their fear and doubt than to their faith in your process and the ways of the creative, rebellious spiritual path that asks us to trust unconditionally. They may be frightened due to a lack of understanding. You don't need to carry their fear for them. You have your own process to attend to, and they can choose to be inspired by your journey or frightened by it. Absolutely, this is the thing. You are responsible for your spiritual process, and you are responsible for the actions that you yourself have taken that have affected other people. But you are not responsible for that other person's processing of their end of it. They are free to respond as they wish, and whatever those responses are, they're part of their journey for them to work through. You also need to be vigilant against darker forces within you. These are the forces that you may not expect, particularly if you're a pure-hearted being who typically resonates with love. These voices or feelings might surprise you with their dark intensity. They sure don't surprise me anymore. They may be feelings of hate, terror, or of wanting only to sleep because anything further is all just too hard. They may contain vicious criticism of yourself or tell you that your inner creative work is pointless, unoriginal, not worth it, or stupid. These dark forces might try to tell you that you're on the wrong path, suggest that you will fail, or ask with great condescension, who the hell do you think you are? You must stay in your heart and not believe these dark forces. Stay in compassion. Fear creates the energy of anger, hate, and destructiveness. These forces are a part of life, but we don't have to be frightened of them, nor do we need to deny their existence or try to ignore them in order to find light in the darkness. We just need to hold compassion and be intelligently aware so we can avoid being seduced into the trap of needing to prove ourselves or into the mistaken belief that we need to fight against darkness. It's about embracing and walking into it in order to make friends with it, in order to find the treasures that are there. Now, Virgo gets the meditation card. And meditation is by Jasmine. That's another one of my favorite oils. I have a bottle of jasmine oil that I bought in 1992, I want to say. Still mostly full. It is the purest, most beautiful jasmine oil ever. It's heavenly. So anyway, meditation is not just a journey, but a shedding of worry and stress. Jasmine attunes her mind often to keep herself safe from distress. So meditation, doing that daily work, putting on the headphones, hitting the go button, doing sitting meditation where you just sit with yourself in silence, contemplative meditation, guided meditation, so many to choose from. So the spells we have available to us here, well, let's read a little bit. Meditation, a key element for self-healing, is a wonderful stress-reducing break for any time and anywhere. Daily meditation is to the mind as daily exercise is to the body. It isn't complicated to learn, doesn't require any special equipment, and asks only for your attention and focus. It brings with it a sense of calm and is a gift to your overall well-being, helps you gain a fresh new perspective on life so that you can get through your day with more energy, peace of mind, and sense of purpose. All right, so we have energy clearing meditation, we have water meditation, tree root meditation, and bubble of protection. That's the one I'm kind of drawn to here. All right. I know, seriously. So, bubble of protection. You'll need a white candle and a safe candle holder. This visualization can be used for yourself, other people, pets, homes, cars, and anything else you wish to protect. Light the candle, sit with your back straight, either on the floor or in a chair. Keeping your back straight will prevent your mind from becoming sluggish or sleepy. Yes, and sitting with your back straight means that you roll your shoulders and roll your shoulder blades down your back, chin tucked in, align the spine. I'm sitting in my kneeler chair now because my spine has sat in that other chair for too long. Let your mind focus on your breath as you draw air in and out slowly through your nose. As you become more aware of the steadiness of your breath, you begin to create a relaxing rhythm of breathing. All of your breath should come from your abdomen. Clear your mind of all stray thoughts. Take as long as you need to enter this meditative state. Feel yourself being embraced by a sense of calm. Now visualize a beautiful, bright bubble of light surrounding you. With each breath, a bubble of light grows brighter, shimmering with great strength and protection. Allow it to grow until it fills the room. Fill the bubble with love, knowing it will protect you or your loved one, home or car, at all times. Continue to envision the bubble growing bigger and brighter. When completed, know that the bubble will protect you and yours. When preparing to complete the meditation, take a deep breath and stretch. When you've finished, extinguish the candle. Your candle can be relit anytime you wish to strengthen and practice the bubble of protection meditation. It's kind of like our egg, you know. All right. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to close my eyes and shuffle. Libra. All right. 2 came out. Free from judgment, free to love is the first one. And after the storm. Ooh, that's the number 1 card. All right. Okay, these 2 are very interesting. So after the storm here, Libra, this week we're looking at, what have you been through? What has your personal pandemic been like? What has this storm been like for you? This storm that our entire planet is in right now. That meme that keeps coming around about we're all in the same storm, but we're not all in the same boat, So what has the storm been like for you personally, Libra? And look at what comes after. So this is an opportunity to look at what has changed, about what has changed forever, and what you would like to bring back into your life. All right, so this is a choosing time. There are some things that have gone away that are probably gone for good, and you get to decide, do you want those things to be gone for good or not? And then free from judgment, free to love. Wow. All right, let's go in. Imagine a world so infused with bliss, love, and wonder that you naturally and always feel as safe as a nourished, cherished baby in the arms of the Universal Mother. Life mothers us with kindness, and sometimes we need it to grow through challenge as well. Sometimes when we need it to grow through challenge as well. Okay, so when we need challenges in order to grow. I couldn't really understand what that sentence was saying. Accepting this mothering in its gentle and fierce phases can be difficult at times. Yet there are those brave enough in spirit to go forth into their life path with absolute trust in the Universal Mother. Some are even part of her plan to help mother others so that they too can surrender fear and live more freely. This oracle comes with a message for you. You are learning about mothering and being mothered. You might not do this in a typical way. It might be through bearing children, but it could also be through adopting children, raising children, or otherwise taking care of children and loving them as if they were your own. It could also come through mothering you. Doesn't have to be children. Mothering this child. This is the first child you have to take care of. So for you, Libra, looking at this after the storm and looking at what does my inner child need? What fears did my inner child have to face that they're still kind of, cowering from? What is it that I can do to mother and nurture this inner wounded child to bring them back out into love? All right, healing process. Place your hand over your lower belly and say the following. I now release from my body, mind, and heart any negative mothering experiences that would prevent me from receiving the healing grace, love, and support of the Universal Mother through the natural flow of life. May I be blessed and held in her loving embrace so that I may grow into all that I am. So be it. All right. So, depending on the kind of mothers we had, that's our first experience with mothering. And if there was trauma connected with that, then we need to look at what is not really part of the Universal Mother so that we can heal that part and be able to fully open to universal mothering love. All right. Okay. And welcome to whoever's popping in now. Come say hi to us. We really like that. All right. All right, Libra. They're kind of trying to levitate, but it's like the deck can't decide. With Libra. All right, I'm going to wait. Come on, Libra. Pull one out of there. Make one come out. Make up your mind. I'm not watching my hands. I'm watching you guys. Oh, for crying out loud. All right, I'm just going to cut. Euphoria. All right, that was our first one. So let's look at a different spell for Euphoria now. Okay, we did the bliss bath. Okay, let's do chocolate ecstasy for you, Libra. Okay, Libra ruled by Venus, that brings us all the wonderful pleasures of the flesh, chocolate being one of the biggest. Okay, if you like chocolate, this is the spell for you. Chocolate isn't only about the taste, but also about the comfort and emotional euphoria it brings and the hormonal effect it has on us. You'll need a small piece of good quality chocolate, preferably dark, or whatever you really like. An orange or bright yellow candle in a safe candle holder. Find a quiet, comfortable place to sit and light the candle. Hold the piece of chocolate in your hand so that it is lit by candlelight. And chant the chocolate with extra emotional delight by saying aloud with reverence, "More than just a flavor. You are comforting and energizing to me. Thank you, my sweet one." It's now time to enjoy the chocolate, deliciously divine. When you've finished, extinguish the candle. So, I had my euphoric eating. I mean, like I said, we were doing some sugar slams this week, lots and lots of chocolate. But my husband brought me some Rainier cherries. Oh my God, okay. Hi, Suzanne. Techno gremlins. Uh-oh. What techno gremlins are we having? Yes, chocolate is very good for depression. Absolutely it is. Okay, so Libra, time to mother that inner child. Take care of them, let them know you're there for them. And you can do that in such plain spoken ways. It's not this big heavy thing. Just go see your little self. Hey, little you, little me, How you doing, sweetie? Come here. Promise you'll be there for them. Adult you will be there for them in ways that other adults perhaps were not, and possibly a mother as well. All right. Ooh, okay. That one levitated. My favorite thing right now is to eat a dark chocolate peanut butter cup with sweet cherries. Oh my God. All right. Seeing the true you, Scorpio, and that one dropped right out. Dreams. All right. We seem to have moved on to a new subject with Scorpio here. Sometimes we believe what others tell us we are, as though the self we see reflected back to us through their eyes is truth. Yet the accuracy of a reflection depends on the clarity of that which is doing the reflecting. If the receiver forms any opinion about what is perceived, then what is reflected back to us will at best be distorted. It is not necessarily through ill will, it is just the mechanics of the situation. Even the moon reflects the sun in varying degrees of fullness and clarity. We can learn something of the nature of sun from the moon, but not as much as through direct perception. This oracle has come to you because you've been putting rather too much faith in the reflections others have of you, to the point that you might not be honoring all that you are and all that you are becoming because you believe too little of yourself. All right, Scorpio, time to get down off the cross and stop letting other people tell you who you are. I see some of these things, people will say things on Facebook like, okay, everybody here, what do you think of me? But to me, I mean, that can be a wonderful thing when you really need to hear nice things from the people that love you. It can be a wonderful thing to ask for, and you're allowed to ask for that, not a thing wrong with it. But you also have to understand that people's perceptions of you are a reflection of who they are, not necessarily who you are. Also know that what they see about you most is your rising sign, particularly if they're not very close to you. And so not your sun sign, which is the true you. So, all right. Let's look at the healing process. So we're looking at how to, hold on, let me go a little bit farther here. All right. There may be those around you that are able to reflect you more faithfully and even help you see more of your own greatness and beauty. These are the souls blessed with inner stillness. In the clear waters of their ocean of consciousness, you can come to recognize yourself with clearer perception. However, there are those who have not tended to their own ocean and are unable to be still enough to genuinely receive and reflect your light back to you. There is no judgment here. Each takes the path of self-healing that is available and appropriate at any given time. However, to attempt to see the magnificence of a sun in a very partial moon does not make too much sense. So it talks about really being conscious of who you are looking to for a true reflection of yourself, right? Okay, healing process. All right, let's look at the special message for you. If you're getting confused about who you are and your motives or actions based on what others are saying or how they're responding to you, step back. In your quest to be a responsible person, you may be unintentionally taking on the feelings of others, making their reflections of you more than they are in truth. More often than not, reflections are more about the state of the reflector than what is being reflected. That's what I just said. Oops, let those external perceptions go. Can you just acknowledge yourself? Do so and be free. Say with feeling, I now break any contract I have ever made with another, consciously or unconsciously, that has given them power over me, power over my sense of self, the authority to approve or reject me or anything about me, including my voice, body, creativity, spirituality, and way of living. Wow! Of my own free will, I now choose to directly perceive my own inner beauty and turn within with kindness and compassion to see myself through the eyes of unconditional love. So be it. All right, and then our Witchlings is giving us dreams. I think this is going to be a bit of a long night tonight, folks. And I was going with these decks because I thought, oh, it'll be a quicker one. All right, by Lavender. Lavender pays close attention to her sleepy time dreams at night. They help her resolve many conflicts using her mind's nocturnal sight. Possessing a mysterious language of their own, dreams are direct links to other worlds. They have the power to join the body, mind, and spirit. They also supply a means of helping with problem solving and understanding emotions. When you slip into your dream world at night, you're provided with insight into the subconscious. By understanding the workings of your dreams, you can unravel mysteries in your life, finding greater inspiration and new approaches. An intuitive outlet for thoughts. Dreams are an expression of collective experiences combined with messages from the spirit world. All right, so we have a dream journal, an enchanted dream sachet, Dreamtime tea, and Nightmares Be Gone. Let's go with that one, huh? And also, Scorpio, you can do dream seeding, where you, as you're falling asleep, you start really focusing on, here's what I want to, and visualizing, here's what I would like to dream about. Here's what I would like my unconscious mind to supply to me in dreams. And what you can ask is a vision of your true self, All right. Before going to bed, chant softly with intent the following to keep bad dreams at bay. Night spirits and light spirits, protect me while I sleep. Bury all my nightmares so safely and so deep. Let no unpleasant thoughts within my slumbers creep. I wish the sweetest dreams to be the only ones I keep. That's lovely. All right. off to Saggy. 11111 I just looked at. Okay. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff going on tonight. All right, here comes Sag. They want to as well. You know, do you notice that the signs get greedier as we go along when I'm doing these things? Here we have bring it into form, visions of life beyond death. Ooh, let's do these this way. All right. Visions of life beyond death, bring it into form. So, Sagittarius, time to start thinking about this week. What comes after? What comes after for you? After whatever has ended. Something has ended here, or you're bringing something to resolution. Go watch my full moon video for, 2 days away, and look at what needs to come to an end, maybe what has come to an end, maybe through no choice of your own, but then what needs to come to an end through your own choice. So if something has ended that was not your choice, look at what choice you have with it, how you're responding to it, what you would like to process, what you would like to come to an end about that in particular. And then bring it into form. Visions of life beyond death. Sacred vision is awakening within you. You're becoming blessed with the ability to truly see, to see what is real rather than what appears to be. This is true insight. Okay. Wow, is this ever Sagittarian? All right, what was once considered consequential may soon be found to hold little consequence after all. So looking at what might have ended that sent you into a tizzy, thinking, how consequential is this really in my life if I put it into perspective, where I need it to be. What was once dismissed as an irritation or irrelevance may be seen to have great spiritual significance. That's the other way. As mundane as something once appeared, it could now be worthy of absolute attention. So this is talking about just things shifting, changing. What's the other side of this? The gift of genuine vision takes you into the being of the universal creator. This is sacred terrain beyond logic, convention, and that which is limited in any way. The more open you are to receiving true vision, the more love you will feel and recognize within and around you. Something may appear to change form, to be shed, to be lost, or to die, but there is love within it always. This realization doesn't remove the pain of the loss. It does provide a way through which it can be healed and eventually transformed into peace. Comes with the additional message that your ability to perceive is expanding into truth. So Sagittarian, expanding into truth, knowledge into truth. Your ability to be inspired and see the light in all things is unfolding. It must be nourished in your heart with loving acceptance because you're going to help others through your vision, your art, and how you choose to be in the world. The healing process below will help you accept and anchor this developing gift. Say aloud, I now release any fear I have associated with seeing truth, with seeing beyond the veil of illusion, or with my inner vision opening up from my heart, mind, and body. I release any wounding I have received in relation to what I have witnessed at any time, especially where it is based in the fearful responses of others. I ask that my vision be restored to its fullness through compassion and unconditional love, so be it. Then we have bring it into form. Beautiful dreamer, you can imagine wonderful worlds of light. You can dream up so many possibilities. Now's the time to bring the possibilities of light into the world. All right, let's read. I am energized and empowered to bring ideas to my life. I release any fear that they won't live up to the perfection of my ideas or fantasies. I give them permission to become what they want to be in service to life In releasing these ideas into form, I open up to receive new ideas and inspirations. I'm helped with this process through unconditional love for the greater good, so be it. So you can look at what's ended and gain so much out of it because your vision is expanding. And you can see things in a very broad perspective now, and then make decisions about the next step, what comes after, and bring that into being in full consciousness and choice and in unconditional love. And now our little witchlings are bringing us empowerment by Gloriosa. Gloriosa needs no permission, embracing the actions she takes, tackling problems that are around her, and owning all decisions she makes. So this is speaking back to these that you are empowered now to take the energies of what has ended and to grieve those and to get the lessons out of them and use those energies to bring the next phase into manifestation. Self-empowerment comes from within. Duh. The very definition of empowerment says it can't come from anybody else. It rests with me. Until you realize and take empowerment into your hands, nobody can give it to you. You can't empower other people. You can in like a structural sense, like in a company, and this person only has the authority to do this. Well, I empower you with this authority. That's one thing. But real empowerment in your life, personal empowerment can only come from here. You can turn a bad day into a good day simply by changing your perspective in turn and trusting yourself with the knowingness that you can rise above any stressful circumstance. Being empowered means taking responsibility in your own self-development, bring it into form, generate positive thoughts to override stress, and you'll be rewarded with an overall sense of well-being. The sheer determination of your mind and soul will guide you toward unleashing your inner power so that you can begin living a more fulfilling life. All right. We have Morning Empowerment, Power Sachet, Empowerment Herb Jar, and this is the one we're doing, the Dragon Chant. I love this little deck. You'll need a red candle in a safe candle holder, incense and an incense holder, preferably an earthy scent such as sandalwood, dragon's blood, or patchouli. Light the candle and incense, chant aloud with conviction. Dragon of the power, dragon of the might, dragon of the day, dragon of the night, dragon of the first, dragon of the last, help me bring my desires to pass. To pass? Should be to pass. I mean, it rhymes, but to pass. You don't want to bring your desires to past. All right, wait, whatever. Bring my desires to pass. Continue to repeat the chant until you feel the vitality of empowerment encompassing you. All right. Still good to access that dragon energy. And that's what empowerment is. It's dragon energy. It's I'm doing this. And the next card is already flying out for Capricorn. All right. Way my Cappy's at. Rose isn't here tonight. That makes me sad. All right. Close my eyes. Gonna cut. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Why did everything just go? Okay. Everything decided to go soft focus there. All right, Capricorn, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. So, this is reminding me, another reason I went for these decks and I'm reading things tonight is because when my brain chemistry is a certain way, it can make it difficult for me to go for positive messages, to perceive the positive messages. So these decks are giving me a tremendous helping hand in that area. All right. This came up in our heart chakra for last Saturday's prayer circle, and we were talking about what it means. So, dear sacred rebel, this moment in your life requires great courage. Fortunately, you possess that in bucket loads. You are being asked to allow yourself to be lifted out of one level of known reality and into the next level of higher voltage reality. Higher voltage reality requires a more absolute trust and a heart that is surrendered into the greater heart of the universe so that life can happen to us, through us, and with us more quickly, more radically, more beautifully, and more boldly. You're now being invited into this new reality where things happen quickly and according to bold, loving optimism. This is a reality not only of potential, but of manifestation of the great, big, cosmic yes. All right. So, I don't want to read this whole thing. Hold on a second. All right, here we go. To access this reality, you have to leap from known waters, and others may think you are crazy for doing so. This is a challenge for a Capricorn because they want to be normal, you know. You have to leave behind the dark, weighty grip of hesitation, such a Capricorn thing, procrastination, second guessing, and the belief that you have to do everything on your own. You may fear for your life. How will you be safe in the wild electrical pulse of so much aliveness? How will you function without the hazy sleep-inducing paralysis of playing it safe, taking too long, and placing lesser priorities above your sacred art of life? How will you hold yourself back if you don't hold on to fear? You do not need to worry about such things. Life is wild, but also wise. It is a force of startling, raw awakening at times, but it is also the natural process of evolution where all things mature according to a seasonal cycle in right timing. You are part of, not apart from, that process. So it talks about things shifting gears and changing. Being free of the dark hold empowers us to take up our cause. So this is the be at cause. This means being free to act and affirm the intuitive feelings we have by following up on them. It also means acknowledging whatever fears are keeping you from success, are keeping you from fulfillment of your purpose and your cause. So that's what I'm going to take from this, is acknowledging fears that are keeping you from stepping out of the norm, stepping out of whatever little box society has constructed for you. So, you're asked to go within and imagine diving deep off the edge of what you have known. Diving for light, maybe? There's so much more calling to you now. It's your time. Leap. Here's the healing process. Say, I accept the offer of life so that I may truly live. Through unconditional love, I now invite and receive all assistance, intervention, protection, and inspiration so that I may leap into my next cycle of life, held in the loving grace of wisdom. So be it. And your Witchlings card is happiness, Capricorn. You are allowed to be happy. You are as deserving and worthy of happiness as anybody else in all of history, frankly. This is by Violet. Violet's recipe for happiness won't necessarily work for you. To find your own, take an honest look at who you are and what you do. Take an honest look at the fears that keep you from enjoying. You know, fears that keep you from stepping out. That's the fear of it's not going to happen, I'll be a failure, right? The fears of enjoying the fears that keep you from enjoying your success because they're saying it's going to go away. Hang on to it. You better hang on to it. Oh no, what's going to happen if it goes away the next moment? So, thriving in the adventurous creativity of the spirit, happiness is an overall state of being. Happiness isn't found. Happiness is made. And I also want to tell you that it is possible to be depressed and happy at the same time. Just so you know. Created from the internal workings of the mind, happiness is a journey towards self-love. Treat yourself well and live moment to moment with a peaceful heart, maintaining a healthy relationship with yourself. Pave the way to a life of happiness by doing what carries the most meaning to you and what brings you the most contentment. Not pleasing anybody else here. All right, we have Bloom of Joy. Ooh. The Happiness card. Cord. The Candle Exchange. And Basil Bliss. Basil Bliss. I think I'm going to go, wait a minute, between the Candle Exchange and Basil Bliss. What do you think we ought to do? All right, well, you got to get a basil plant for your house. Let's do the Candle Exchange. You'll need one orange or bright yellow candle in a safe candle holder, one black candle in a safe candle holder. I love multi-candle spells. Choose a relaxing place to sit and light the candles. Gaze at the black candle and visualize any unhappiness being absorbed by its flame. Now gaze at the orange candle and focus on what makes you happy. Count your blessings and be grateful for all you have. As the black candle continues to burn, it draws all stress, sadness, and anger away from you, extinguishing all negativity in its protective and cleansing flame. As the orange candle continues to burn, feel yourself absorbing peace and happiness from its powerful and healing flame. When you feel better, extinguish the candles. The spell can be repeated as needed. Now, I want to add something here. And that is, of course, if you have a tradition of dressing your candles, which I think you should always do, smudge them, so say smoke cleanse them, and put some salt water on them to cleanse and bless them, and then put your favorite oil in the middle of the candle, and then you pull down, and then you pull out. So you go from the middle to each end of the candle. Then take that black candle and hold it and put into it. Just let the ick flow into that. It will be drawn into it. Black draws, it absorbs. So let it draw and absorb it out of you. You don't even have to think specifically of what it is. Just know the candle is drawing it out. And then you light that candle. Then you take the orange, and you might want to let that one burn down all on its own. Then you take the orange one, and that is the happiness that you are going to draw into yourself, right? And then you do that one. I am very fond of black, gray, white. Black deals with the deep, dark stuff, absorbs all the negativity. Gray neutralizes anything left over and lets you start from a neutral point, and then white takes that darkness, transforms it into its highest manifestation. Okay? I frequently notice when I do those that the black candles will leave a mess. If they do, it means there's still stuff that needs to be drawn out, and you should do it again. So, you can do readings on anything, and you can certainly do readings on how your candles burn down. If they burn down super clean and there's like nothing left, no drips or anything, you know that you have fully released the spell, and it's definitely going to work. If there's a lot of gunk, if the candle drips a lot and leaves gunk, it just says some things need to be dealt with, that it's not going to be all neat and clean, that you might need to do this more than once. All right. Right. Uh-oh, did ya? What's a going on? No, my OBS has been continuously going, and I see that's still going. What's going on, Becca? Aquarius. Whoa. Whee! We're going to take the one that shot across the room. Looky, it's Euphoria again. And we had a few that flipped themselves around. Let me finish my coffee. All right. Conscious connections for you, Aquarius. All right. Hey, Becca, you still with us, hon? I notice we're losing people. Yes, shoo, shoo, shoo. Well, know, folks, that the sun is getting very active. There have been pops. Fortunately, the giant ones have gone off the far side when it's been facing away from us. But the sun is ramping up, and these little pops and little geomagnetic storms and things can be enough to give some people heart flutters, to just fuck with technology a little bit. So be aware of that. Okay, conscious connections. For you, Aquarius, there's a call for more intimacy in your immediate relationships. There is an opening for heart-to-heart communication that can salvage and restore a broken relationship or friendship if you are willing to honor your differences and look to what unites you. Sometimes it is hard to bear the differences between one another. One person may be willing to live life in high definition, whilst another may prefer to live it more vicariously, until they have the confidence to step onto the center stage of their own life story. We are not here to judge each other, just to love, to be loved, and to let go of those that cannot accept us as we open up to those who can. This oracle brings guidance for you to trust in the sanctity of the connections in your life. All right, Aquarius, if you've asked to experience a more sacred connection with people who truly get you and want to play life with you, rather than at odds with you or against you, then this oracle is confirmation that this manifestation is on its way to you now. It may or may not be obvious at first, but kindred spirits are going to enter your life to help you connect with your deeper feelings and creativity. They will give wings to your inspirational ideas and big dreams. And who dreams bigger than an Aquarius? Okay, maybe a Pisces, but anyway. So it's about relationships for you this week, Aquarius, and really looking at the connections that you make with people, and make sure that they're conscious and that you are making, that you're strengthening the connections with people that are there to be open to you. And also, the people that you can have the give and take with. Right? That you can change things out with, rather than somebody that's got a judgment of you and that's the box they put you in and that's that. Okay. The oracle asks you to remain open to healing connections and to allow people to be close to you. Aquarius, this is a tough one for you. Ooh, baby. Aquarius is the king of I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody. I'll do it myself. So, trust. Opening to people, trust in the process that draws people in and out of your life, resist nothing, and seek wisdom in all. With your hand on your heart, say out loud, I surrender all my relationships into unconditional love, and ask that the truly nourishing, soul-enriching, expansive, and nurturing relationships be healed and drawn closer to my heart. I ask that the draining, depleting, destructive, or toxic relationships be drawn out of my life. Through unconditional love, mercy, grace, and my own free will, so be it. All right, so this is time. We've learned so much about people in general. We've learned so much about humanity through these last 5 years. And we've done a lot of weeding. So this is saying this week, Aquarius, and the full moon, you're going to, you can spend time looking at what really does need to be weeded out personally more for you. All right. Did that make any sense at all? So yeah, something that, that you need to weed out, the relationships you need to weed out, but not just that, the ones you need to bring closer. And, it doesn't even need to be like weeding out. It can just be, you know what? I release you in unconditional love. These are the ones that I'm going to put my energy to. And then you have to put yourself in a place of being a little flexible, Aquarius. Not easy for a fixed sign. Especially Aquarius, because what's inflexible with an Aquarius is this, the ideas that you have. All right, and Euphoria comes up again. We get to see another Euphoria spell. So we've done the Bliss Bath. We've done Chocolate Ecstasy. How about Summoning endorphins. All right, let's do that one. Go for a quick jog around the neighborhood. As you jog, chant in your mind, "Sweet phantasmagoria, infuse me with euphoria." Ooh, what fun! How much fun is that? Okay. Oh, God, yeah. All right, I'm glad you're back, sweetie. All right. Feel yourself being filled with increasing energy as you jog. Your endorphins are at work. A brisk or power walk can be substituted if that is your preference or your ability level, and the release of endorphins will depend on the physical and mental shape you are in during this exercise event. Okay, I'm going to give you another suggestion, and let me see if I can find it. I got to open up another YouTube here. Okay, I'm going to drop you a link. There is an exercise here. Okay, I think this is the one that I've seen, but I'm seeing several videos coming up here. This is Tony Robbins, who I think is an amazing man. And it's a thing called the emotional flood technique. Listen to it, do it. It will, and this is a tool that I'd forgotten about. I'm definitely going to take advantage of this because I'm now remembering it again. But he will take you through this visualization exercise that will just have you overflowing with fabulous, wonderful emotions and euphoria. So, there you go, Aquarius. Pisces. Close my eyes again here. Yep. Come back. Ooh. Oh, is that ever Pisces? It says she feels, she knows. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Happiness and dreams. I'm going to go, okay, we've had those before. No, yep, those came out. Happiness and dreams. All right, Pisces. She feels, she knows. Happiness and dreams. So Pisces, let's go in here. Being in touch with your feelings and looking at the information that they bring you, but not owning them. Not owning that perception. Pisces, you're so sensitive. And, think about it this way. When you're empathic and you're picking up other people's feelings, it gives you information about them, but you don't need to own those feelings. And that's tricky. So here's a key. How do I know when I'm picking up something from somebody else rather than it being myself? If you can't trace that feeling to its origin, either an event or a thought, then you can assume it's coming from externally, right? So if you're, washing the dishes one day and you find yourself being completely pissed off and you're like, okay, why? And then you go back and you can follow a train of thought back to this. Okay, and now I'm thinking about this circumstance that had me pissed off. Okay, that's the key to go, all right, my train of thought took me there, time to derail that train, unplug, whatever you need to do, or address the anger if it's something that needs to be resolved. But if you're washing those dishes and suddenly you're fucking pissed off and it's like, where's this coming from? And you can't track it back, then it's probably not yours. My husband and I, when we first became a couple after knowing each other for 20-some years, we went to visit some friends. And I found out a lot about these friends. When we went to visit, it was like our first weekend as a couple, and we were in the first flush in the toilet of love. And I was in the house. Cliff was out walking the property. And suddenly, I started getting really pissed off at him. Like, pissed off at Cliff. And I'm like, what the fuck is... And I had the presence to stop and go, wait, what the fuck is going on? And he came into the house and said... are you angry with me? And I said, no. And he's like, okay, because I started getting really pissed off at you while I was walking out there, and I don't think it's, and I said, no, it's not ours. It's not ours. And came to find out that this couple was rather upset that I was in a relationship. So that we both had the presence of mind to know this doesn't belong to us, and we were picking it up very strongly. Okay. An illumination is erupting from within you as a vision that is bringing what was once obscured is into clarity. This is not likely to happen as a blinding, shocking insight, but as more of a softer, gentle knowing. It's like knowing something without understanding exactly when or how you came to know it. There you go. When you don't know exactly when or how, it's coming externally. Also, get your guides to work on this, you guys. Your guides are there to help you. Set up your relationship with them. Make it a really good relationship. Ask them to filter things for you. Ask them to bring external information to you in a very clear way. Please bring it in a really clear way so I can distinguish more easily. This insight will assist you, and you're asked to honor it. You will know which insight it is at the right time. Your heart will tell you. You're therefore being asked to rely upon the clarity that is coming to you now or has just recently come. Gently but firmly from that place of knowing, intend to act and take your next steps forward. All right. This oracle comes to you with guidance, particularly about long-range or long-term developments. So this full moon, this is what you're focusing on. Something that is far bigger than the immediate situation, issue, or moment is of importance, although you will only have a dim sense of that possibility at best. The situation you find yourself in right now may not be one of joy, but in time you will understand more of the bigger picture. You will come to see why things are happening as they are and how you are being helped onto the next stage of your path, even though it may look like an obstacle right now. You're being asked to think in terms of long-term happiness, Pisces. Stand with your feet at hip width and your arms loosely and comfortably at your sides, slightly away from your body. Say aloud, I feel the light of all that I am and will be unfolding from within me now. I surrender what is into the loving fire of transformation, the light of which illuminates the present and manifests the future in the highest creative expression of unconditional love. So, wow, thinking long-term, Pisces, being in your feelings, talking about manifesting that happiness. Let's do another happiness spell and another dream spell. Okay. Let's look at the Enchanted Dream Sachet. You need fresh or dried lavender, a small square of purple or blue cotton fabric, purple or white ribbon, and an amethyst stone. Place the lavender and the amethyst stone in the center of the fabric. Tie the fabric into a bundle using the ribbon. Place the sachet under your pillow. Before falling asleep, ask a question, and it may be answered in your dreams that very night. Sweet dreams. Visualize that it's being answered in your dreams, and take it, and when you put it in there, rub it and smell it. Real deep. Okay. Happiness. Let's do the happiness cord. You'll need 3 cords or ropes of varying bright colors. Braid the cords together tightly. Tie 10 firm knots along the length of the braid, focusing on happiness. With each, so you're going to need, I think, at least a yard, maybe more, depending on the thickness of the cords. With each knot you tie, chant aloud with intent. This strong knot is my resolve, all negativity from my life dissolve. Wear or carry the cord to continue to attune your spirit with energies that instill happiness. All right, good, that the knot is your resolve. I'm knotting in resolve. Because I was going to say you don't want to knot the negativity, and make sure you're focused on the resolve part. Okay. Oh, absolutely. I still have my bottle that is full of a lavender blend, and both of my kids, when they were very, very tiny, and would have trouble sleeping, I would go in and start on their forehead, and I do an invoking pentagram. And what did I say? May, starting at the top, may the air, the fire, the water, the earth, and the spirit bring you deep sleep and sweet dreams. And you're protected. And I draw the circle around it. And because lavender does induce sleep, the smell, first of all, but then you've got the tactile thing, and you've got the voice. And of course, I set it up by telling them that how powerful it was, that this was super powerful stuff, and we were only going to use it when they really, really needed it, because it will knock you out cold. I'm only going to use a little tiny bit because it's so very powerful. So these are the hypnotic suggestions going in, that this shit's going to knock your ass out. And then when I would do that, as I used it more and more with them, if I do it with Morgana now, her eyes will literally be rolling up in her head by the time I finish drawing that pentagram. So there we go. God, we're almost on 2 hours. I thought this was going to be quicker. All right, here we go. Aries. Oop, that one wants to come. Sacred Fool. Hell yes. That is certainly our Arieses, our sacred fools. And with that Mars in the first house in Leo, it says, Aries, you can get out there and just put on a show for us. Put on a show for us. Make us laugh. Woo! All right, we will take the one that came face up, and that one is wisdom. Not things Aries are really accused of having, but this week you are. Here's what you're focusing on, Aries. Let's go to the Sacred Fool. All right. The Fool is a great rebel, able to thwart convention and tell the truth without restraint. Yes, this is the jester that can say shit to the king that would get everybody else beheaded. Your heart is a wonderful, powerful, sacred fool. It cares not for the right way to do things. It cares not for what the mind says is real and not real. It lives according to an inner wisdom that cannot be dictated to or controlled by anything. It loves, it lives, and it is what it is. This oracle heralds a time now or imminent when you will feel inspired, alive, and passionate for what you can offer to the world. Mars in Leo in the first house. Boom, Aries. It says to you, don't try to be appropriate. Don't try to be socially acceptable and worry about what others may think about what you're doing. Just be. If you want to wear a mad hat whilst doing it, fine. All right. So this week, Aries, time to let your freak flag fly and be that glorious divine fool that is just willing to be an utter idiot in order to shake people out of their heaviness. Okay? I call on the sacred fool of unconditional love. Please help me access your lightness of spirit, your wisdom, and your ability to exist in the heart of truth, to be powerful without becoming attached to or obsessed by power. I honor your vision. May I see and know so truly and be free. May I see and know so truly and be free. She has some interesting sentences here. I choose of my own free will to give myself absolute permission to just be myself now and always through unconditional love, mercy, and compassion. So be it. And that is your wisdom, Aries. I am what I am. Now, this doesn't mean that you use that as an excuse not to grow or not to change if your behaviors are fucked up, right? I am what I am, and I am learning. Okay, Wisdom by Lotus. Ooh, yeah. Wisdom is more than just knowledge. It's not about how much you know. Wisdom comes from inner guidance and the experiences that help you grow. You have access to the powers of higher information that extends beyond your understanding. The purpose of inner wisdom is to help you stay on course. This inner guidance evolves day by day as you strive for greater well-being. Inner wisdom is referred to as your higher consciousness, which is the link between your physical being and your spiritual being. Okay, here's a quote. The wisdom of the world is madness. in the eyes of God. The wisdom of God is madness. Okay, wait. It's like to the beings of the world. Divine wisdom can look like insanity to people that are in the world and of the world. And human wisdom can look like insanity to spirit. All right? So, let's look at the spell here. And, it's saying go ahead and be the fool, Aries, but the wise fool, not the idiot. You're not here to be an idiot and do foolish things. You're here to behave in a free manner that allows your wisdom to come forth in a way that is palatable, right? So we have the guiding voice within, we have the wisdom cord, we have acorns of sacred knowledge, and the stream of higher consciousness. Ooh, let's go with that last one. You'll need 3 leaves and access to a stream or a river. Stand or kneel by the stream and hold the leaves between your palms. Visualize your inner wisdom strengthening, giving you clearer access to the stream of higher consciousness. Infuse the leaves with this visualization. Send 1 leaf on a mission in your behalf by setting it on the water, chanting aloud with strong intent, "Little leaf, carry with you my plea to open my mind to the wisdom in me." Watch the leaf sail away. Do the same with the remaining leaves, using the same chant with each. As each leaf touches the water, it slowly dispels the energy that you've given it, mixing it with the psychic powers of water. Not dispel, release. The spell is still there. Dispel means make it go away. Poof, ineffective. But it disperses the energy. That's the word we want. Mixing it with the psychic powers of the water, your intent will be distributed to the universe. All right. Taurus. Okay, let's see this. Chuck. Putting on Mary Poppins. Or 40 verses of Kumbaya, Chuck. Hey, Chuck, come on in, Chet. Right on, Sherry. Yeah, you're busting out of here. Oh, good. And that lightness of spirit, knowing that you've got that behind you, Sherry. Whoops, here we go again. And for Taurus, we have conscious connections as well. So we're dealing here with relationships as well. For you, Taurus, making those connections and those relationships conscious. What are all, and as people move through your life, there are people that are going to be spiritually significant to you, and there are people who are not. So rather than like a weeding process, it's more like a defining process. What are these people bringing me in my life? And you need all sorts of relationships. You need those just mundane relationships, hanging out, having coffee, whatever, that don't go deeply. And then you also need the ones that do go deeply as well. Sometimes the ones that don't go so deep are the ones that help us survive the ones that do. A field trip to Ireland, oh my God, honey, I wouldn't come back. All right, come on, for Taurus, give me one. Give me one. These just shuffle so lightly. Come on. Come on, bring it out. Bring it out. I'm going to close my eyes. Come on, hop. Somebody hop. All right, I'm going to take that as a hopper. And I'm going to take the one off the topper. Wish. All right, Taurus. Well, we talked about this. Let's go back there, though. All right. All right, allowing people to be close to you. Okay, if you've been asking for healing in your current friendships or other immediate relationships, know that this can happen through your willingness to express your true feelings and allow the situation to either fall apart or come together. So what you're being asked to do, Taurus, is identify what really needs to be said within relationships that need to change, in order to move on. Sometimes, according to the greater workings of life, sometimes webs that have joined people together are broken, and that is, appropriate, as people may outgrow what once held them together. Sometimes the ties that bind us together are so strong that they're able to withstand a great deal of pressure and still remain intact. The webs of connection between us will sever or sustain based on the higher wisdom of life itself. Either way, healing happens in the resolution of our feelings, and we are once again able to feel free, forgive, and be ready to move on to the next stage of relating, either with a person who's been in connection with us for a time or with someone new. All right. Wish. Oh, you know what? I haven't been reading the little messages at the bottoms of these cards. Well, I might have to go back. Oh, I don't know. You vague wisdom. Wish. There it is, by Orchid. At the bottom it says, a wish motivates the heart's desire, keeping hope and faith alive. Orchid wished for happiness, and then after a short while, her rainy day turned sunny, leaving her face with a smile. All right. If you could wish for anything, what would it be? A wish motivates the heart's desire, keeping hope and faith alive. There's power and inspiration in wishes because they're born from deep within your heart's everlasting fortitude. When you wish, you're shifting your mind into the here and now, setting the intent to take action in bringing forth something new in your life. A wish that is structured and infused with emotional energy and visualization is a spell, right? Wish sachet, wish wind, the wishing leaf, the wishing bowl. I'm thinking the wishing bowl for you, Taurus. All right, here we go. You'll need a bowl, a white candle in a safe candle holder, wishing coins, nickels, dimes, and quarters, and thanking coins, pennies. Find a place where you can leave the bowl and the candle out in the open for weeks. This place can change over time, but the success of this spell is better attained by having almost an altar-like area rather than keeping bowl and candle in a cabinet or a drawer to be removed and put back when done. If you do have an altar, this would be a perfect addition in the finest New Orleans tradition. So I'm thinking what I'm seeing is a bowl and one of the big votive candles in glass, one of the 9-day candles. And you set that in the middle, and then everything goes around the candle. Find a place. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Place the bowl next to the candle, or place the candle in the bowl. Place the pennies in the bowl. Each morning, light the candle and put a wishing coin in the bowl. Close your eyes, visualize what you want to happen, and make your wish for the day. Put out the candle before leaving the room. Whenever a wish is fulfilled, remove a thanking coin, a penny, from the bowl and either plant it in the ground or throw it into a river or brook, or place it face up on the ground where people go. This will carry your message of thanks through the earth. Once the bowl is filled with coins, use them for random acts of kindness, such as buying a friend a treat or donating to charity. Your generosity will return good karma. Start your wish cycle again with a clean bowl, different coins, and a new candle. So you decide how long you want it to go on by deciding how many thanking coins you're going to put in there to begin with. But what a great little spell, isn't it? All right, are we still planning our trip here? We'd have to go to Scotland and Wales and France and Spain. We'd have to go to South America. No, let's... Darling, my dear Samantha, rein it in so we have a possibility of accomplishing one of those things. You are so expansive in your generosity. Scotland, I'll take Scotland. Thank you very much, and I really may not come back from there. So, all right, Taurus. Do your wishing bowl. Think of how your wishes can center around the relationships in your life and what kind of relationships you want to bring. And also, it doesn't necessarily mean if you need this and you're not getting it, that there will be a new person coming in to supply that. It just might mean suddenly you find that in a relationship that already exists. Oh, right. Yeah, I want to go too. Well, actually, I couldn't do a big, I look at people doing this where the itinerary is a day here and a day there and 2 days here. I couldn't do that. It would knock me flat. So, oh, whoa. All right, this one came out first. This is Gemini, the last of the gang, and we're over 2 hours. I can't believe it. Gemini. Gemini, that one wanted to come. And look what's right behind it. Tee-hee. All right, inner trust. Gemini. Though it may be cloaked and hidden, within you lies natural magnificence, vibrancy, and true uniqueness. The harder this is for you to believe, the more growth this oracle is offering you now. Your opportunity for growth lies in letting go of the need to hide yourself from the world and to let go of any doubt about the wonder of what lies within you. This oracle brings you the message that it's time for you to trust yourself and let the real inner you out from behind the veil. Now, Gemini, this is a challenge for you because Gemini is so adaptable, airy and adaptable, that sometimes it's like they have so many faces that they can put out that it can be sort of tough to get to the real inner core of themselves, that true, authentic self. They've got so many different things to draw on. You're being assured that you can trust your intuition and your own sense of things. Sometimes what you sense will be love, and you'll open your heart and move easily towards the source of that love, be it in the form of another person, a new career path, a project which you care deeply about and want to pursue, or a spiritual or creative practice that you're keen to explore. Sometimes what you sense will be more challenging than this and will ask something different of you. It might be that you sense fear and sabotage lurking within someone's intentions or the situations around you. This oracle asks you to trust yourself to find the most authentic and self-loving way to deal with that. So here's the healing process. Place your hands on your heart and say aloud or think very clearly. This was like our overall card for our prayer circle last week. I trust in the love of my heart. Place your hands on your stomach and say aloud or think very clearly, I trust in my instincts. And place your hands on your belly and say aloud or think very clearly, I trust in the flow of life. Say the following aloud, I trust myself, I trust in my higher self, I trust in life. When I don't know, my higher self does know. When do you know a Gemini that ever doesn't know? Okay. I am guided by the wise voice of my higher self within my heart. So this gives you permission, Gemini, not to know and to go to your higher self. I trust myself and I allow myself to be guided in all things by the wise, instinctive knowing within. I am not afraid to be seen. I unveil myself from my hiding places, and step by step I show myself with all my unique beauty to the world. I am seen and I am received with love by myself and by others. I am worthy. And we get clarity for your Witchling card. So seeing yourself clearly, Gemini, you are so adaptable to every situation that comes along that, again, it might be difficult to really have a line on your true self and what you truly want, what you're truly here to manifest. So Clarity is by Nandina, and at the bottom it says, clearing your mind brings you closer to your sacred inner wisdom. That's exactly it, trusting yourself. Nandina softly takes your hand to walk you out of your shroud, toward brighter vision and better days, unimpeded by fog or cloud. Let me say for a second here, I really appreciate the rhythm and the meter of her verses. Sometimes the mind becomes clouded by overwhelming stress. In a world of information overload, that Gemini is so very prone to. It's important to take time out to slow down and clear the mind by sweeping away the stagnant cobwebs of old thoughts, emotions, and energies. All that knowledge, all of those facts that's rattling around in there for you, Gemini. Mental clarity reduces stress and improves memory. With reduced mind clutter, you'll have more energy. Clarity of mind will help you deal with challenges, remain calm, and keep you at your all-time best. Clearing your mind brings you closer to your sacred inner wisdom. By restoring your clarity of mind, you'll tap into all the mental strength that you've developed over your lifetime in a whole new way. By releasing mind clutter and emotional baggage, your awareness will expand. With moments of solitary contemplation, you'll sail through the day with focused thought. Perform one or more of the following spells. All right, we're going to go with clear skies. Let me see here. Okay, no, we're going to do crystal clear. Something to manipulate. You'll need a blue candle in a safe candle holder and a clear quartz crystal. Wash the crystal to rid it of any unwanted energies. Running water, please. You can also bury it in sea salt for a little while. Light the candle. Visualize a clear blue sky, perfect for Gemini, chasing away the clouds in your mind. As you do this, envision every last bit of your mind clutter being absorbed by the crystal. See, a black crystal would be really good, but crystal clear is important here, I guess. Chant repeatedly aloud, quietly and focused for as long as you need. Clarity of thought, clarity of mind. It's time to leave the trivial behind. As you gaze at the candle's flame, feel your mind becoming as crystal clear and luminous as a cloudless blue sky, bringing you a renewed sense of mental clarity. Let everything go and feel the blissful clarity of a refreshed mind. When you've completed the spell, blow out the candle and wash the crystal again. All right. Wow. So much for me going through things quickly, huh? Well, I really enjoyed these two decks together. Oh, there you go, a year. I could maybe do it in a year. Oh, all right. Final thing, I don't know why I was shuffling those really, but the final thing we get here is banishment. Ooh. You have the power to banish negative energy and unwanted problems. All right, that came straight at me. Let's read this here. By Oleander. All right, we don't want that kind of banishment. Oleander coriander shall wash away your pain. Oleander salamander shall flush it down the drain. No fun to be stuck in a cold case of negative energy. When this happens, something most certainly needs to be done about it. A banishment spell is a good way to get rid of negative energy and unwanted problems. All right. Saltwater banishment. We're going to go with the big one, the first one here. You'll need a bowl of water, a handful or more of sea salt. Stir the sea salt into the bowl of water. Bless the water first. Bless the salt first. Clear your mind and focus on what needs to be banished. Say aloud, my life must now be free and clear from the negativity, either this situation or person, the negativity blank has brought. Invite positive energy in to replace the void. Say aloud with conviction. Okay. So we stir the salt into the water and focus on what needs to be banished. And we said, clear from the negativity. My life must be now free and clear. Say aloud with conviction. I wish and welcome positive energy into my life. Sprinkle the salt water in a circle around yourself and then sprinkle it throughout your home. Remember to get all the nooks and crannies. Visualize surrounding yourself with purifying and protective white light. Feel it expanding within, glowing and growing. And you know what? I'm feeling like it might be time for a house blessing. I usually do them at Samhain and at New Year's, but you can do it at any old time. And considering what we've all been under, this might be a perfect time to do a house blessing, to clear out negative energy, certainly before my birthday comes on Lammas. So I was gonna I had other decks next to me because I wanted to do some topical readings, but I'm not gonna. We've been here for 2 hours and 10 minutes, and that's plenty. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I am in the middle of making big changes. I have busted down, I've deleted the top 2 tiers of my Patreon. The only tier left now is the Add a Witch Luna tier, which is $3 a month if you just want to support the work that I'm doing. I have to pare down the commitments that I have because I haven't been able to keep up with them without really damaging my energy system for the last several months. So Patreon is busted down to just bare $3 a month. If you would like to join that, I thank you and I bless you for that support. If you want to do something just here and there are links below that you can donate. And again, I bless you for all of that. Money is incredibly tight for so many of us right now, and I'm one of those people. So I appreciate it. Blessings to everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to my guides for being here. Thank you just for hanging out. I enjoy you guys so much. All right. Take care. Do your spell work on Friday. Watch the full moon thing if you haven't already. I will see you. I might see you Friday night. I'm not sure. Friday night or Saturday, I will see you. Until then, Sandwich here. Blessed be.